Hey guys, what's up? This is Chess Universe, and today I'm going to show you all a friendly Blitz game that I played on free internet chess server. And this is a game where my opponent was rated 600 points more than me, and I was rated at the time 1841, and he was rated 2473. So, you would think that he won, but it was an upset, and I defeated him easily. So the game starts with pawn to e4. I'm black. And then I play pawn to e5. He plays knight to f3 and I play knight to c6. Then he plays c3. And I have not seen c3 immediately. I have seen the Geico piano and c3, then c3. So I was astounded. And then I played knight to f6. He played d3. So kind of wasting a move of c3. So playing d3 is like saying you just wasted a move with c3. Then I played bishop to c5, he played pawn to h3. And the idea of pawn to h3 is to prevent me from moving my knight over. So he's going to prevent me from moving my knight over. So my knight is not allowed to go, well, it is allowed, but I would just be losing a piece if it went to g4. So then I played my move. I just castled, and he played pawn to b4, attacking my bishop, and I played bishop to b6, and then he played a4, threatening to capture my bishop for free. So with the move a5, he would capture my bishop. So that's why I played pawn to a6, which provides a flight square for my bishop, so you can see there. And then a5 and bishop a6, sorry, bishop a7. Then my opponent played bishop to a3. And I think the idea of bishop to a3 was playing pawn to b5 and then winning a piece. But I noticed that and I played pawn to d6 to stop the diagonal. Oops. And then he developed his knight to from b to d2. That's the only square, and that's what happens when you play c3. And then I played knight to e8. And the reason I played that is I wanted to break open with f5. And he played knight to c4, kind of a good developing move. I played pawn to f5. I This was a kind of a dubious move because I should have probably moved my king away from this deadly diagonal, but I don't know. But I shouldn't have played that. But however, I did, and then he played bishop to e2, which is an interesting move. Well, I can capture well, it's just giving me an open file. That's the problem. So I immediately take and he takes and I have the open file. And then I move my king out of that diagonal. And then he plays queen to b3, which I think he's going to attack down this diagonal. And yeah, I don't understand, but yeah. So now I played bishop to e6, pinning down the knight, and that's a blunder. Queen to b3 was a blunder. Then he played queen c2, and I played b5 to kick the knight out of its position. And then he played knight c to d2, so we kind of wasted another move. Moving it to c4 was just a waste of a move. And then I played pawn to d5. And this, I wanted to break open the center of the board and get some attacks as he didn't castle yet. Well, and if I can get his knight to move, the bishop, well, if the knight isn't there, the bishop well, if the knight isn't there, then the bishop and the rook are attacking f2. So I wanted to get the knight off f2 and I wanted to capture on f3. So Then he just took on d5. He allowed me to capture with the bishop, and I have, you notice I have two bishops pointing toward the castle position, which he would like to castle. And then he played rook to d1, and I think that he should have castled, and he probably wants to place me in some sort of a pin once this knight moves. You can see that the bishop, if it moves, the queen will be captured. But I noticed that, and I just took his bishop, and he probably took with he took with the knight, attacking my queen. I played queen to f6, and then he castled finally. And then I get to attack him. I played knight to d6, he played bishop to b2. Bishop to b2 has the same idea. If I push forward, it makes this huge diagonal open, so he can just exploit that. But we're not gonna let him do that. Okay, so I played bishop b2, and then I played e4. Well, yeah, I played e4. So he played knight h2, and the idea is to come to g4, and I just bishop cross f2, a deadly attack, king h1, and the queen comes to h4, threatening a lot of things. And then he plays bishop to g4, really doing nothing. I play bishop g3, he plays bishop to d7, trying to win a knight. Play bishop cross h2, king cross h2, knight e5, and then knight e5 is gaining a tempo, so he plays bishop g4, knight into g4, and that's just winning a piece. So king g1, and yeah, king g1, and he resigns. So, well, if now let's see what happens. What would be a continuation of this position? So I am just going to analyze the position, and I'll tell you in a later video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and this is